if somebody who does fail a drug test goes into the ring, knowing that's happened, and worse, forbidden never happens, but somebody loses their life.
Yeah.
What is this person? Is it manslaughter? Is it murder that he's charged with? Because he's knowing when he goes into that ring what he's done. And whether it is, and I hope it's not, because Dillian Whyte has done well to get to the position he's in. Mandatory fight next on the line. Next in line to fight for the heavyweight title. He's in with the big boys. He deserves his crack.
The talkSPORT Clips of the Week.
Yes, Clips of the Week time, Andy, and got quite a few, so we'll plough on, shall we?
Yeah, good idea.
And we start with Alan Brazil discussing the Bale situation.
What his agent, Jonathan Barnett, says Zidane, or Zidane, if you want to pronounce it.
What, correctly?
Yeah, possibly they might go down that route. Andy, of course, he has had problems in that area before, hasn't he, with that name?
Who scored 2 injury time goals for France as they came from behind to beat England at Euro 2004. Was it Vieira or was it Zinedine Zidane?
No, it wasn't him either.
He'll get there in the end. He'll get there.
Here's cricket correspondent John Norman having an Arkwright moment.
A bowler that Goffey admired when we were in Sri Lanka. Injury cruelly ruling him out of a World Cup.
Fetch your cloth. Yeah, very good. It's Jim White now getting very excited alongside Bob Mills.
A year on from now, almost to the day in actual fact, Bob, what am I talking? I'm talking Tokyo, I'm talking the Olympic Games. Can you believe that?
Absolutely.
It's come round again.
Roll on.
Roll on.
Yeah.
Actually, it feels like something's missing from that clip.
But you could be right, actually.
A year on from now, almost to the day in actual fact, Bob, what am I talking? I'm talking Tokyo, I'm talking the Olympic Games. Can you believe that?
Absolutely.
It's come round again.
Roll on.
Roll on. Du Châtelet.
Yeah, that's about
That's
right.
right,
That
that's
feels
perfect,
all is right with the world now, of course. That's what was missing. Here's golf expert Ron Syrak discussing the Open.
Yeah, it is starting to feel like that. But, we sort of felt that way with Darren Clark, and he was able to squeeze one out.
Rather he didn't.
Yeah, better to do it before the round starts.
Darren comes up and says, pull my finger. You'll know not to, of course.
Staying with the Open, here's Sam Matterface.
From Royal Portrush in Northern Ireland, where Bubka is waiting for us this afternoon.
That's not strictly a mistake, because a lot of people think his name is Robert Bubka, but it's not. His name is Bobka.
Bobka.
Yeah, that's his real name. That's what Bob's short for.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Alan's back, setting up the next hour of the show.
Still to come, we're going to be joined by Stevie Armisen ahead of England's first ever test against the Irish at Lord's today. We're also joined this should have been Dublin world champion Max Whitlock.
Yeah, we're good.
No one knows more about the Irish capital than Max Whitlock.
Yes, it'd be great if he was a Dublin world champ. What's the river that runs through the city? No, I don't know that. Now, this is Kate Fallis with Manchester United news.
The Red Devils have been chasing the England star for weeks, and it's looking like they'll beat rivals Manchester United to his signature.
Wow, the old Red Devils to beat Manchester United.
That'll take some doing.
Yeah, it certainly will.
Fisherman's Blues now, and Nigel Bothaway had a new pronunciation of an old word.
Wildlife photographer Gary Jones, 52, from Buckley, North Wales, who captured the stunning images shown in today's Daily Mail, said, "I just love the extreme challenge of photographing my favourite birds."
Photographing.
Yeah,
that's a good word, isn't it? I'm going to start using that.
I am too. Yeah. Here's Laura Woods on Breakfast talking Everton.
They won the First Division back in 1987. So will this new 52,500 million seater stadium...
Wow, that's a lot of people to get in there, isn't it? 52,500 million is, it's a popular club.
Is there any corporate space?
Well, I mean, quite a lot of that would be corporate, I would think. So, go on, what's the next one, Andy?
It's Mike Parry on James Bond.
They love to see Craig Daniels sitting there because he is 007.
Good old Craig Daniels.
Good, yeah.
I couldn't find anybody famous called Craig Daniels, but it's a bloke, I think he works in finance somewhere in sort of Poughkeepsie or whatever in New York. So maybe he's the new James Bond. Yeah. And Mike's just outed him.
Or more Roger and Connery Sean.
Yeah, I think that's probably what happened. And Tony, I love this one. And Tony Cascarino had a question for Alan Brazil on Breakfast.
Who won the Chinese League last year?
Beijing Rovers.
Right, I haven't got a clue. You might be right.
People don't think he is, Tone. Don't think he is. Beijing Rovers. It's great, isn't it? Well, I bow to your superior knowledge of Chinese football, which is clearly not existent. Well, I wouldn't know, though, would you?
I wouldn't know. No, I
Wouldn't
think
have a clue.
Shanghai SIPG.
Well, that's better than I would have known. It certainly wasn't Beijing Rovers,
No,
was
it
it?
definitely wasn't Beijing Rovers.
Guangzhou and Hove Albion.
One of my favourite teams.
Yeah.
And here's Alan with a heads up for those interested in politics.
Jim White coming up in the take. Don't forget the new Prime Minister around at 11:47.
That's very specific. Around 11:47. It's like a dog race, isn't it? It's got the same timings as a dog race. The announcement of a new prime minister. Now, the heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder. A lot of excitement here in the talkSPORT office. He was a guest on Jim White's show. And we are guessing from this exchange with Perry Groves that Deontay's not an Arsenal fan.
You've got to knock him out. I'm going to give you one round. If you don't, you're done. You're out there. They have to save you.
Right. Yeah, they definitely, that's their job at the end of the day. And, you know, Jerry, you're definitely right with me.
Yeah, Jerry Groves. Jerry Groves. Always makes you feel special, that, doesn't it? Yeah.
Fisherman's Blues again. And now here's Nigel introducing a guest.
Andy Bennett topped the star-studded field at Hayfield Lakes in Doncaster to become the 2019 Fishermania champion. We let him have a lie-in last Sunday, so let's see if he's come back down to earth yet. Good morning, Andy, and congratulations from everyone here at talkSPORT.
It's a strange one, isn't it?
That wasn't Darren Clark, was it?
I don't know. It might have been, yeah.
Maybe that's what it was. Old Ron Syrak was right. Not a phrase you hear every day, is it?
No, not
now,
really.
Just time for the talkSPORT call of the week to Jim White.
Des is a Chelsea fan. Hi, Des. Good morning.
Hi, Jim, Mickey and Bob, can you hear me?
Hi, Des.
Yes, hello, Des. How are you? Good morning to you.
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
talkSPORT Caller of the Week.
Okay, we are jumping around a bit. So this is Alan Brazil with his considered take on the heat wave.
It's not a problem. You just find a bit of shade or you put a hat on. What's the big deal?
Exactly.
People start crying, oh God, be careful with my life's in it. What a load of rubbish. For God's sake, just drink plenty of water or lager, whatever you want.
Yeah, maybe not lager. Maybe not lager.
Maybe not lager.
Not a great idea, is it?
The best idea.
I think Alan may have taken the lager route. I think.
And finally, staying with the hot weather, Jim White had an update.
I do have to say, Bob, and I'm just checking it now, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock here in London is going to be 38 degrees.
Yeah, you can probably tell what's coming. We thought there was an opportunity for Jim to sing us out.
3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
Rock, we're gonna rock around the clock tonight.
Thanks for everybody suggesting clips this week that were played. They include Dwayne Pipes.
No, they don't.
Off we go. Colin Durr. Some of them have to be real.
Yeah.
Scott Farrell. Okay, I can't think of anything there. Tim Burr. Is Isabel ringing? This is the last. This is Rufus, our assistant producer's final day.
Yeah.
And
if it
wasn't before this, it is now. Roger in Durham, Tim Bailey, Fran Tick, Paul Geary, Phil Officer, Anna Lam, Dave Meadowcroft, Scott Chegg, Mabel Syrup, the Trevor Francis
What
envelope.
a great name.
Mabel Syrup.
I wonder if there's anybody called Mabel Syrup.
There's Marge Gaines, isn't there? Phil Richardson.
She's engaged to Byron Berger.
Souffle. He's down. Honestly, get him sacked from the sports bar now.
He's been promoted. Can you
He's
believe
been promoted for this sort of drivel. Alan Jenkins, just incredible. A lot of these were names of people in punk bands. You would have had a lineup and it would have had Souffle, just incredible. 1, 2, 3, 4. I used to see pub bands in 1976 with names like this. Stand Up. Oh yeah, he was the drummer. Frankfurter. Yeah, and the very Reverend Ruthless. So there we are. Thanks for Rufus. Maybe she would do it here. He's done a sterling job on the show. He has been promoted.
Yeah.
He now gets to wear the big hat on the sports bar, and we will miss him. He's done a fine job.
Yeah,
so, but I probably won't miss those names every Friday at 3:45. So. The term used in cycling, the abbreviation for the general classification, the GC, is a bit confusing. I've been following ITV cycling throughout the Tour, and there's a picture of a very kind of brutal climb up to a mountain, and ITV cycling says the GC heading up here, and I keep thinking it's Gemma Collins.
She wouldn't be able to.
And I'm thinking, I mean, honestly, if ITV2 are listening, though, what a series that would be.
What,
the GC rides the Tour de France.
Well,
I'd watch it, wouldn't you?
I would watch that.
Yeah, you would watch it. It's not Graham. It's not Graham Courtney. We have both the GCs doing it. They could have a race. They really could.